Today we're going to talk about how to make your dreams come true. I've got 10 tips for you. Let's get started. So yeah, you have dreams, you have goals, you have ideas that you want to accomplish. So what are we going to do with them all? These are your top 10 tips to make your dreams come true. Because where are you now? Where'd you think you were going to be when you were a child, when you were a kid? Oh, let me get my spoon out of my coffee. And if this is your first time watching, my name is Colleen Hammond. This is Coffee with Colleen. And we talk Monday through Friday at 9 o'clock Eastern about different tips for living your life and making your dreams come true. So we're going to talk about that today. And we can all make our dreams come true. No dream is impossible. I mean, unless it's like, I don't know. No dream is impossible, but you just have the courage to believe in it and the will and the willpower to fight for it. And you can make your dreams come true within reason. I mean, come on, let's be real. Amy's today, the day we're recording this is May 10th, and it's National Clean Your Room Day. So Amy's going to run and tell her children to clean their room because, you know, they have to. It's the day. So here's how you can make your dreams come true. Start with coffee. First and foremost, you just have to face your fears. Where are you now? Where did you think you'd be at this time in your life? You know, because we all have these ideas of white picket fences and the goals and the dreams and the aspirations that we had when we were children. Look back to what those were. And hey, good morning, Donna. And see, where were those dreams? Why did you have those dreams? And where are you now compared to where you thought you would be? You know, life is like shooting at a target. You have to have a target that you're shooting at. It's like going on a trip. Where are you going? I don't know. You just get in the car and drive someplace. You have to have a map. You have to have a plan. You have to have reservations. So it's the same thing with our life. When we have dreams, you have to have a target. You have to have something you're aiming for. Good morning, Fiona. So what is your goal? What is your target? What is your dream? Where do you want to be? And then you know, developing a plan and mapping that out. But why haven't you gotten there up to this point? And oftentimes it comes down to our fears, and we need to face our fears. Again, you're born with two fears: the fear of loud noises and the fear of falling. Everything else has been learned. So what happened when you were a kid? Somewhere somebody told you along the line that you couldn't, or that you weren't good enough. Or, you know, where did this happen? And who was the idiot that said that to you? You know, and where are they now? And how old were you when you decided you couldn't do it? And how old are you now? What resources do you have available to you now that you didn't when years ago you made this decision that you were too fearful? Right? So the first thing is not to dismiss your fears. You really have to look at what they are, define them, and then kind of figure out where they came from. You know, who said that to you? So make a list of what you're afraid of, and then make a list what you can do to impact those fears. Because sometimes they're irrational fears. I mean, seriously, I'm afraid that if I write a book and put it out there, nobody will buy it. Well, is this a vanity project for you? You want to sell 1 million copies, or do you want to change one life? All it takes is one person to buy your book. And you can change that person's life. You can change their eternity. So why are you so afraid? There's a great book, and I have the link in today's notes. And yes, we have notes for today. I haven't finished yesterday's notes yet, but I do have notes for today. You know what to do. If you want a copy of today's notes, put me in the comments section here on Facebook, and I will send you, check your Facebook Messenger and reply to me in Facebook Messenger. Don't come back here. See, there's this little link, but that just tells you, it'll come a link back to here. I got to clarify that real quick. If you're on Facebook and you reply me in the comments section, and then check your Facebook Messenger, don't click the link inside Facebook Messenger. Follow the directions, because the link just tells the bot where you came from and what message to send you. So go to Facebook Messenger and reply to the note there. But I have a link to a book called A Year of Yes by Shonda Rhimes. And she just decided that for 1 year, she would say yes to everything, even though it scared the bejeebers out of her. And that's the year that she became a titan. She became super successful, etc. So I put a link to that book in the show notes for today. But what would happen if you said yes? What would happen if you stepped outside of those fears and did it anyway? Wow. So if you were guaranteed success, what would you do? And then you start seeing where your fears lie. What's been holding you back? Why haven't you been doing the things that you want to do? So the number 2 step is the ability to increase your willpower. So you're going to define your fears and then get some willpower to overcome those fears. And if you don't have a copy of the ebook, How to Increase Your Willpower and Make Better Decisions, the link to that is also in the show notes. Matter of fact, let me put that down here in case you don't have it. So you can get a copy of that. But increasing your willpower. If you're doing the same thing over and over again, that's good old Albert Einstein, doing the same thing over and over again and expecting different results, that's the definition of insanity. So you want to increase that willpower to be able to overcome your fears. Don't repeat the errors from yesterday, from this morning, from last week, last month, last year, a decade ago. If you're doing the same things you were doing before, maybe that's why your dreams haven't come true. Maybe that's why you're not doing yet what you really were designed to be here to do. Because I firmly believe that everybody has a mission, and we'll get to that in just a second. So decide a new direction, make a new plan, and have the willpower to try something new. Because you tried one thing, it didn't work, you quit. Maybe that's why your dreams aren't coming true either. You haven't had the willpower to keep moving forward. So that's number 2, increasing your willpower. Number 3, admit your mistakes. Kind of ties in with not doing the same thing over and over again, right? Admit your mistakes. What did you do? And you know, the 2 most powerful words I believe in the English language are I'm sorry. And then the other 3 is I forgive you. Just think of so many things that could be accomplished by saying, I'm sorry and I forgive you. Hey, good morning, Lori. Patty says, as a parent, I had can-do attitude and explored with the children how they navigate towards your dream. It doesn't happen magically. No, dreams are, yeah, it's like, you know, people sometimes just sit around waiting for the things to happen to them. If it's God's will, the right person will come into my life, you know? Well, you know what? Maybe you're that right person. Maybe the right person that you need in your life is you. Pick yourself up by your bootstraps. You know, because really at the end of the day, when I look in the mirror and I see, okay, these are my dreams, these are my goals, this is what I think God has put me here to do, so I'm heading in this direction. The reason I'm not there yet is the person in the mirror, no other reason. So just keep going. Good morning, Kim. Haven't seen you in a few days. So look in the mirror and go, you know what? That's the person that's responsible for me getting to my dreams, right in the mirror. And the reason I'm not there yet, it's not the externals. All right, having cancer slowed me down. Having a heart attack slowed me down. Had a stroke about a decade ago. That slowed me down, but it didn't stop me. I just keep going. You know, so where are you now? Did you quit? Did you quit going for your dreams? Why? Where are those fears? Go back to number 1. What were the fears? So admit your mistakes to yourself first. And if there's somebody else that you've offended, clear the air. There's some negative energy there, right? And it's really hard to progress forward with things when you've got that cloud hanging over your head, or something that's in the back of your mind, or somewhere along the line you have a regret. Who can you apologize to? And remember, a lot of times it's that person in the mirror that needs the apology and needs the forgiveness. Forgive yourself. You know, what we've talked about before, all the stuff all the mental energy that goes on between our ears, the regrets of the past and fears of the future, living mindfully in the here and the now. And what can you do today to positively impact your life and the life of your family, the life of your children, the life of your friends, the life of an absolute stranger? What can you do? So that's number 3, admit your mistakes to yourself first and then to others. Number 4, defining your life mission. Good morning, Father. Why do you think God has put you here? What special skills do you have? where you can change the life of one person. What's the value of one person, one soul, right? So why do you think, what unique, there was a fly in here this morning. I'm sorry, I was knocking this down. It was in my way when I was swinging my hands around. So why do you think you're here? What are your special talents? What are your special gifts? I think one of my gifts is teaching. I love to teach. I love to help other people. And I've been told many times by other people that I have a way of breaking things down and explaining them. I just got another note. I don't even advertise my class on OBS. I just got a note the other day that somebody went through my entire course and then bought another course for like $500 and then came back and said, whoa, what a waste of money. She ended up getting her money back from that one. And she said, you're not charging enough. This is really a great course. So, I just the ability to break stuff down and teach. So what's your superpower? What's your God-given gift? Why do you think that God put you here? And it doesn't mean you have to act on it today. I had an idea in my mind that I really wanted to help women and really impact women in a positive way and help them dress in a dignified manner that made them feel better about themselves and that helped other people see them in a better light and to bring that positive beauty, a true beauty into the world. But my number one priority was raising my 4 children. And then there was things I did part-time along the side, and I would do speaking engagements. I did some writing. I had a blog. I'm meeting with my web designer at 11:30. I can't wait, Dominic, if you're watching. And so getting my blog back going. And so there's little things I did on the side. I still have 3 of my 4 children are living at home. The youngest is 18. I'm still very involved in raising my children, but I'm doing more and more and more on the side to try to help women, including this morning show. So it doesn't mean if you have a life mission and a life goal and something that you think that you want to do, it doesn't mean drop your primary obligations and go, I'm going to go save the world. What's your primary obligation if you have children? It's your children right now, right? So not neglecting that. Thanks, Susie. I like it. Yeah, Father Keys, I'm a teacher. Absolutely you are. Kim says sometimes it's hard when you have a negative spouse. Ooh. Yeah, they call it the crab, that crab theory, right? Because if you put crabs in a pot of boiling water and one crab tries to pull out, the other crabs will pull them back in. So sometimes when you have a supercritical spouse, it's that lack of confidence on their part. When they see you doing good things, they try to pull you back into the boiling water, like those crabs, right? So that makes it really difficult. And Judy, yeah, I love, you have so much to contribute, Judy, as a teacher. I know I love what you contribute to the morning show and to our family here. And, I think that is just from the things you've said here. I really think that not only is that a passion of yours, I really think it's a God-given gift. And I really appreciate you and what you contribute here in the mornings. So what's your God-given talents? And if you were guaranteed success, if there were nothing in your way and you were guaranteed, no money was no object and nobody would tell you no, what would you do? And sometimes just that dream buried in the depth of your heart, that could be what God has given you to do. Don't know, but maybe that's something worth fleshing out. So sophomores, I used to teach 7th and 8th graders. I did confirmation prep. And I loved 7th and 8th graders. It was right, those hormones hitting in. Most people hated that age group, but I loved that age group. I'd still be home with children, said Sarah. So explore that. Maybe it's working with children. So number 5 is, once you've defined your life mission, is number 4. And number 5 is believe. Believe in yourself. Believe in God's ability to direct you in that direction. Believe in the fact that if you just start taking steps toward what you want and keep your eyes open, prayerfully consider things, that it will unfold before you. And maybe the idea you had when you first started out isn't exactly where, my idea has evolved and developed over the years. What I thought my mission was in one direction, more and more people were coming to me and asking me these questions with, yeah, I want to dress, in a dignified manner, but I just don't know how to dress for my body type because I want to look nice. you know? I had a pastor friend of mine said that. He goes, it's nothing worse than, when you look out at your beautiful people, you want them to, you want them to be beautiful people. We want what we have to be attractive. So my mission switched. And then I started teaching women how to dress, and then so many of them were in positions where they were in the public eye, and then they wanted help with their business, and then they wanted help with coaching and mentoring. So things have shifted and moved. It's still part of a greater overall image to help women live a life full of virtue and value and not non-negotiables and integrity, which we'll get to integrity in just a second. But my mission shifted. Where I thought I was heading in this direction, I was actually heading in a little bit of a wider direction. So once you start, you'll start defining that. But believe in yourself. Because if you look back to where you've been and why you haven't accomplished the things that you wanted to accomplish, somewhere along the line, like Kim said, it was that crab pulling you back in the pot. And that crab could be you in the back of your head. It's like, no, you can't do that. No, you can't do that. No, you can't do that. And pulling you back down. So sometimes the crab in the pot's the person in the mirror. Number 6, knowing your skill set and being willing and able to ask for help for the things you don't know. Oh, you're welcome, Judy. Thank you. But it's, this is something that I've struggled with. I'm a decent graphic designer. I do a lot of my own graphics. I can do some basic stuff. I remember I needed a book cover. It was a book cover, I think, I know it was for the 7 Judgments People Make About You in 7 Seconds. So I needed a book cover. I worked for probably 8 hours, and then I talked to Dominic, my graphic designer, and I explained to him, okay, this is the feel I wanted. This is what I was going for. This is kind of the blah, blah, blah. He sent me a couple pictures. Within an hour, he had my book cover. I had spent 8 hours on this. How much is an hour of my time worth? Well, if you do a one-on-one consultation with me for an hour, it's $1,000. And oftentimes I spend a good 90 minutes with people. I mean, but still, my hourly consultation fee is $1,000. So I spent 8 hours working on a book cover. Why? Why didn't I just hire that out, right? And so I ended up hiring it out. Dominic had it done in an hour, and boom, it was done. So what are you really, really good at? And defining what you're good at, and then hiring out the rest. You can go to Fiverr. For $5, you can get somebody to do something. Well, you gotta be careful with that. But what's an hour of your time worth? And, not just in a personal way. Don't you love that crab analogy, Lori? I think it's pretty powerful. But not in a personal way, but a business way as well. And my valuable time goes to my family first. Those are my precious hours, and Shonda Rhimes, which I talked about her in number 1, A Year, Yes. In her TED Talk, she spoke about the fact that she decided that whenever her daughter said, "Mommy, will you play with me?" she would say yes. And she goes, and you know what I found out? She goes, I used to say, Mommy's busy, Mommy's busy. And she goes, I'm thinking this was going to be an hour. It was going to be, I'm going to be all day sitting on the floor playing with Legos, And she said, I found out that I'm really not that fascinating. And Elsa from Frozen is far more intriguing than I am. And she said, usually with a toddler, they need you for about 15 minutes and then they're off to other things. But what precious 15 minutes those are to your children. So I am that way. If my children ask for my help, within reason, now that they're older, I'll drop everything because they're first. So my skill sets first go to my children and my family. And then they go to the areas that I'm really, really good at. And then they go to, my other things, my business. Isn't that great, Sarah? You're really not that fascinating. I think that's what you mean. What Shonda Rhimes said is that, 15 minutes with a toddler is a lifetime. Is an important lifetime thing. All right, so that's number 6, knowing your skill set. Let me check the time. And then asking for help for the rest. And you know what I had to get over? Cleaning the house. Now, I will keep the upkeep of the house, and keep things. I do things and I clean, but I don't have to be the one cleaning the toilets. So when the children were younger, that was part of their education to learn to be an adult, learn to operate a household, learn to clean the kitchen, learn to clean the bathroom, learn to clean your bedrooms, maintaining those types of things. Because I don't think it's a housekeeper's job to come in and do what you should be doing on a daily basis yourself as personal upkeep and personal things, right? But I had to get over the fact that it was okay to hire a housekeeper to come in for $35 and do a deep cleaning. It wasn't her job to pick up after my children. It's not her job to do their laundry. They had to learn how to do their laundry and how to separate whites from colors and not put red in with things, right? So that's a life skill that they need to learn. But I had to get over hiring help for some things that I thought, well, I'm a mom, so that's my responsibility as a mom. Why? So that was the thing for me. I personally had to get over that. 15 minutes to a child, says Rick, the tutor expert, is the same thing as an hour or two to an adult. It really, really is. Yes. I mean, we think, oh, I don't have time. Yes, you do. Make the time. So that's number 6, knowing your skill set and asking for help. And then getting over some of those personal hurdles that it's okay to have somebody come in and do a deep cleaning for you. That's all right. It's worth the $35. It's worth $100. I live in the country. It's $35. Number 7, developing your emotional intelligence. Basically growing up, maturing, right? Got some snowflakes out there. So overcoming that. And there is a link in the notes. Let me give you this one really quick if you don't have this class yet. And make sure you use the coupon. Make sure you use the 20% off coupon. That's good for this entire month. And if you don't have the coupon, put me in the comments below, and then in Facebook Messenger, send me a note that just says coupon. That's all you have to say is coupon, one word, coupon, coupon, coupon. In Facebook Messenger, not here on Facebook. Go into Messenger and you'll get your 20% off coupon. So emotional intelligence is the number 1 predictor of goal completion, income, success, happiness, peace, joy, fulfillment. Emotional intelligence. Learn it yourself, teach it to your children. Time with a toddler is forming character. It forms character for adults too, to be able to sit down and put themselves to focus on a child and a toddler, and it helps them in their character development as well. So learning emotional intelligence, developing rather your emotional intelligence. You can't increase your IQ, you can't change your temperament. You can learn your temperament, you can learn the temperament of others. And you can develop your own personal emotional intelligence. Number 1 predictor of success and overall life happiness is emotional intelligence. So learn it. A housekeeper who did not clean the children's bedrooms. No, they don't. My housekeeper, when she comes in, she does a deep clean on the kitchen. She does a deep clean on the bathrooms. She does not go into the children's rooms. She doesn't go into my room. She does a deep clean on the living area. So I have a rec room, a game room, a living room. So we have 3 kind of living areas. She can do a deep clean on those. But windows, she would clean windows. Like I said, when the children were younger, there was a lot of the things that they did to learn life skills. But now that they're older, they're busy, they're school, they're work, they're this, they're that. I'm working, so I have somebody come in and do a deep clean. So developing emotional intelligence is number 7. Number 8, lean in. What do we mean by lean in? Live each day with joy, with hustle, with intensity. There's those someday I will. No, someday is not one of the 7 days of the week. It's not a month. It's not a year. Someday doesn't exist. What have you been putting off that you can lean in and live today with joy, with hustle, intensity? What's that one thing you've always wanted to do that you just haven't done yet? Do it. Darcy and Kira have this point now. And maybe your children are too. I don't know if they're going on to do summer school, but my girls are doing college over the summer, or school over the summer, because they're both in cosmetology school, right? So they've got 3 weeks off between the 2 semesters, and they're planning out. They already have a game plan of what they want to accomplish during those 3 weeks. I don't have time to do this during the school year. I have these 3 weeks. So I'm going to rest. I'm going to do this. And because it's one of those things where you come back from a vacation, and you need a week off to recover from vacation, right? Because you're exhausted. So they want to make sure that they have time for relaxation and self-time, right? And self-care, but time with friends. And Darcy still has a job, and Kira's still working on some other things and that type of thing. So really planning to be intense about it, right? Patty sent me Amy says, take the class. I've already averted several arguments and have not even halfway through. Excellent, Amy. Thank you. Yeah, it's one of the things I'm the proudest of is that emotional intelligence course. I made my children go through it. And developing all the things to go along with it is still part of the development. I want to make sure I have all 4 months completed before I upload them. So their upload is actually I think 1 or 2 of the months of what you can do is click on like, I want to grow this month. And then you have a month of emails that come to you. I want to make sure I have all 4 months of all 4 different levels of the 4 pillars done before I activate all of them. So some of them are up there already. They just haven't been activated. So yeah, I'm super proud of that. I think it's really, really an important course for people to take. 5 adult children, 2 preteens, 3 grandbabies. Life does not slow down. No. That's why it's important to live with intention, and to lean in and plan these things. Focus your energy and put everything you have into today. Just live today with intensity. Lean in with joy, with verve, with excitement. Just do that today and see how you feel at the end of the day. You're going to want to do it again tomorrow. So that's number 8. Number 9, which should probably be up a little bit higher, is live life with integrity and be around people who live their lives with integrity. What are your values, your beliefs, your non-negotiables? Be worrying about what other people think. So what? Who's next, right? Fulfilling your promises, keeping your appointments, learn to say no, right? And I think the big thing is that it takes one rotten apple to spoil a bushel. So stay away from people who don't live their lives with integrity. You have a choice of who you choose to spend your free time with. You have a choice of who you decide to do business with. Choose those people that live their life with integrity. And you know what I have found? Integrity comes in all sorts of different belief systems, if you will. I choose to be around people who live their life with integrity. Do they share my same religious beliefs? Not necessarily, but it's amazing that we have 99% in common when it comes to living their life with integrity. I have truly found that people who choose to live their life in a moral way, an ethical way, a virtuous way, even though we don't go to the same church on Sunday, we share about 99% of our own beliefs that we're not going to step on other people's toes. We're not going to, and it's interesting because there's people that I will be elbow to elbow with, kneeling next to in church on Sunday, that don't share the same integrity and beliefs and non-negotiables that I do. So this is not a religious comment. I'm not saying religions are all the same, but I choose to be around people that live their life with integrity. And it's kind of sad that it's not necessarily the people I go to church with on Sunday. Hey, good morning, Beth Ann. Came in late, watched the replay. Yeah. Oh, good. I hope so. Yeah. Living your life with integrity. Yeah. Or 99.9%. I know, Tammy. It's so true. And it's sad that it's not the people I'm sharing my, Sunday brunch with. Matter of fact, sadly, those are the people that have stabbed me in the back the worst and really done serious damage to me and lied about me, So it's like, I don't change where I go to church on Sundays because I believe what I believe, but I choose to be around people who share the same level of integrity, values, beliefs, and non-negotiables that I do. It's been a real eye-opener. So anyway, so that's number 9, live your life with integrity and avoid people who lack integrity. And number 10, develop strong habits. The autopilot class is currently closed because I'm still developing it. But you can get on the wait list by, I think this is the link. Oops. Come on. There it goes. Nope, that's not it. Wrong one. Where'd it go? Putting your day on autopilot. I think this is it. I think it's the willpower list. Here, this is the one. Oh, that's why it's not, it's not copying. There we go. Amy says, I'm there with you, Jocelyn. Pretty happy when I'm taking care of the family. With married children comes a drama and lately political strife. Yeah, the morning coffee and the EQ class helped me navigate the minefield I'm in the middle of. Thank you. Good. Lean in and live the day, says Tammy. Absolutely. Absolutely. So, yeah, so those are your 10 tips. If you want a copy, of course, you're watching on Facebook, put your comment me in the comment section below, and then go into Facebook Messenger and follow the directions there. All you have to do is reply with one word in Facebook Messenger. It's really, really simple, and the Autobot will know what to do. So again, those top 10 ways to make your dreams come true is facing your fears. Gotta, just, what are you so afraid of? Is it going to kill you? What doesn't kill you makes you stronger. Increasing your willpower. Admitting your mistakes to yourself and to others, and apologize where you need to. Define your life's mission. I could have ordered these a little bit better. Defining your life's mission. What do you think you're here to do? What are the talents that you were given that other people weren't? If you can change one life, wow, what's the value? What's the value of that, right? Believe in yourself. I think a lot of things happen in between our ears. Somewhere in your life, somebody told you that you couldn't. Where are they? And how dare they? Right? So did you believe them when you were 8 or 12 or 30? Where are you now? Just because somebody said no doesn't mean it's true. How dare they? That upsets me. Number 6, know your skill set. Do that. And don't waste your time doing the other stuff. Ask for help and hire help. You'd be amazed how cheap it is to hire help, and it frees you up to do other things. Number 7, develop your emotional intelligence. And if you haven't done the EQ class yet, do bit.ly/EQ series for help on that. And make sure you get the coupon too, and it's all good for the month of May 2017. Lean in, live each day with joy, hustle, and intensity. Number 9 is live your life with integrity, and choose to be around people that live their lives with integrity, that share the same beliefs and the same non-negotiables, that live their life with virtue and value, and share those same values that you share as well. And then, of course, number 10 is developing strong habits, living your life on autopilot, developing a morning routine, an afternoon routine, an evening routine, and saving your brain power to do the important things in life. So those are your top 10 ways to make your dreams come true. If you are watching this anyplace else other than Facebook, then make sure that you look for the link to send me a note on Facebook Messenger and ask for the dreams, how to make your dreams come true. And I will send you the notes for today's course. All right, if you're watching live, you know the drill. I'm going to stop the recording and I will come back and answer your questions. So if you're watching on YouTube or anyplace else, thanks for watching, and make sure you watch the rest of the videos in this series. We'll see you later.